faith that stands firm. Let's see the introduction for this study. Sorry for those joining on YouTube, we have a little issue. The streaming has stopped twice, and I hope it will not do so the third time. I think it was from the network, from the app being used to run that live. It has thrown the streaming out twice. So our introduction: faith that moves mountains is not loud. It is not a loud faith, but steady faith. In other words, it is not how much you make noise that will make the mountain move, but how firm, how steady your faith is. That is more important. In times of pressure, delay, or opposition, God calls believers to hold firmly to what He has promised, trusting His faithfulness. Good evening, you are welcome in. So like I said, it is not how much we make noise about our faith, but then how steady is that faith? How firm is that faith? How strong is that faith? When we talk of faith that moves mountain, we are talking of a faith that is steady, a faith that is firm, a faith that is strong. It is not a faith that shakes easily. That is not a mountain moving faith. So it may not be a loud faith. It might be a silent faith. But then it is a faith that works wonders. Let me just give an instance. In our local setting here in Nigeria, maybe for those who are within Nigeria, you understand better. You know, the early missionaries that came, they were not people who were maybe speaking in tongues. They were not too evangelical that to scare them away. Having seen that, oh, these evil spirits didn't harm them, they now start coming to attend church service. Let's see what made these people more powerful than this gradually. And why am I saying faith? It was not a loud faith, but it was a firm faith. They believed that maybe as we sing one hymn, as we say the Lord's Prayer, we can cut and destroy this evil forest and no harm will befall us. So faith is not all about the noise that is made, but how firm is our belief in God. That is a faith that moves mountains. Now let's go on to look at our questions. What does it mean to hold fast to our faith? Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for He is faithful that promised. He said, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for He is faithful that promised. And we're asking, what does it mean to hold fast to our faith? Now, while we wait for any comments on this, let's see what I have penned down on this. Now, faith must be held intentionally and firmly. Faith must be held intentionally and firmly. The way we say hold on to your faith, you do it intentionally. You do it with your two eyes open. You do it with your brain working. You do it with the whole of your heart, intentionally. You don't do it haphazardly. You don't do it loosely. You don't do it by mistake. No, you do it consciously. Also, true faith refuses to waver despite pressure. And that is what it means to hold fast to our faith. Even when there's pressure, you refuse to give up. You refuse to let go. We are told from the Old Testament that when Jacob held God, he said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. He held on. And even when the angel he was wrestling with gave him a broken leg, thinking that this will let this man or make this man let me go, he said even with that injured, fractured leg, he still held on. He said, you are not going anywhere. And that was how he received his blessing. He was intentional. Beat me the way you like, wrestle with me, throw me down, but I'm holding on to you. I will not let you go. And that is what it means to stand firm in faith. Refusing to waver despite the pressure. You are holding on to his promises. And it is based on that you are saying, I am not letting go. We are asking, what does it mean to stand firm or hold fast to our faith? What does it mean to hold fast to our faith? You say, I'm holding fast to my faith. So let's see the second question. Why can our faith remain firm in every season? Why can our faith remain firm in every season? In other words, no matter what comes, the faith is not wavering.